Hi, this is Katie. Welcome to another Sunday vlog. I was just getting ready for recording. I'm recording 2 videos today, and I just figured that I would chat with you while I was getting ready. This is not like a makeup tutorial or a makeup video, don't worry, because I know not all of you guys like that. But actually, one of the videos that I'm recording today is a makeup video. So you will see this video on Sunday, and that makeup video will be on Friday, like this past Friday. Like I just posted it. So I'll have it linked up here if you do want to see a makeup video. But right now, I showered and I washed my hair, and so far I only dried my bangs. And the rest of this, like, I'll dry it a little bit later. But yeah, I was just doing my makeup. The reason right now that I was like, oh, I want to talk to them is because I've mentioned in 1 or 2 or 3 of my recent videos that I'm not making a lot of money right now. And so while I'm working on making more money, I'm also figuring out ways to spend less money. And one of the things, and this is, I know that this is common sense, what I'm about to say. I know it is. However, sometimes we don't always think about what's common sense, right? And sometimes we need to hear it from someone else. Okay, so I am drinking, I don't know if you can even tell what this is, but this is passion tea. So if you guys know, my favorite drink is passion tea, no sweetener, no water, from Starbucks. And getting a Trenta, which is 32 ounces, is like $4-ish. However, all that tea is at Starbucks, when I buy a passion tea from Starbucks, no sweetener, no water, all it is tea bags in water. It's literally, that's it. There's no syrup, there's no spices, there's no weird crazy thing they do with foam, nothing. It's literally just tea. It's literally just cold tea. And so they sell, like Tazo or whatever that brand is that they sell at Target, they sell the passion tea bags, like at Target, at a bunch of other places. And literally a pack of, like, I don't know, like 20 or something is $4. So I can get 1 Trenta passion tea for $4, or I can get 20 something tea bags for $4. And so literally to make cold tea, I didn't know this. And again, this might be totally common sense, but just something that I didn't know until I looked it up like a few months ago when I first did this, was how to make cold tea. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, do I have to brew tea hot and then make it cold? Or do I just brew it cold? Again, I know that some of you guys might be like, duh, Katie, but I just didn't know, so I Googled it. Anyway, apparently, to make cold passion tea, all you do is, for this size, this is 18 ounces, and it says each tea bag is for 8 ounces, so I put 2 in here to see like if that would be concentrated enough. Put 2 tea bags in here, put some water in here, and then put it in the fridge overnight. And now it's passion tea. And it's super concentrated, because the reason at Starbucks I get it with no sweetener and no water is A, because I don't like the sweetener in it, but the water dilutes it. Like when they make it, they just really make like concentrated tea, and then when they sell it to you, they'll add more water, so it's less concentrated. But I really like my tea strong. Particularly this one, I really like it strong. And so 2 tea bags in here with water, and then throw it in the fridge overnight. And again, that might be really common sense to some people, but maybe you didn't know, maybe you like passion tea and you didn't know they sold the tea bags. They do. And it tastes exactly the same. You know what does taste different though? Hold on. This is like an actual PSA. Tazo also makes like pre-brewed tea in like little cartons, like quart cartons or something like that. I bought one of those once, and it did not taste the same. I don't know what they did, but it is different. So don't get that. If you like the passion tea from Starbucks, do not get the one that's already made in the carton. Just get the tea bags. Add it to water. And they actually do have like ones that are specifically for cold water that are bigger. I don't know. I just use the regular ones. Anyway, this is one of the ways I'm going to save money. Here's the thing. Not that I go to Starbucks very often anyway. I literally go like once a month, maybe. But I really like these. So it's like a little bonus of me liking them plus me saving money, at least while I'm in the house and I have the opportunity to use a fridge. Again, I know that's potentially common sense to some people, but also I do know that since I was one of them, not everyone thinks about that kind of stuff until you think about it. That's the thing too. Some people like to make fun of people for not knowing something that's common sense. But here's the thing. You still have to learn common sense at some point. Maybe most people learned it when they were kids or something, but like you still have to learn things, or you have to think about it. You know what I mean? Because like there's so many things that we don't know. We literally probably know like 0.00001% of the things that we could ever possibly know. And so to make fun of someone who doesn't know something just because you know it is just silly. Like we all learn things at different paces, and also not everyone learns all the same things as you do. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, so I just think that we can be nice to each other because there's just so many times like I'll see comments on other people's videos or other people's Instagram. My goodness, some people can be so rude on Instagram. But I'll see comments on other people's videos of like making fun of someone for pronouncing a word wrong or for like using cheese in a way that they wouldn't use cheese in a dish or whatever. And it's like, you guys, who cares? Like even if you need to correct someone because they're actually doing something wrong, we can still be nice about it and not like, oh, I knew that and you didn't. Like, okay, there's lots of things other people know that you don't know. And that whole like, I knew this and you didn't just comes from like insecurity generally. Anyway, wow. This is a whole PSA rant video already. Okay, but anyway, I'm hungry. What time is it? 11:15. This is just what I've been doing lately. I'm like, oh, I'll eat later. And then it's like later and I'm hungry. Do I want to put a little eyeshadow on? I've been wearing eyeshadow a lot more lately. I went like almost years. Where is my eyeshadow brush? Oh. I went like years really not wearing eyeshadow. Maybe like once or twice over the last couple of years. But lately, I've been wanting to wear eyeshadow again. I think I want an omelet. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited. I want you guys to be excited with me, okay? So, this might sound silly. That's another thing too. Sometimes people are excited and people make fun of people for being excited. Let people be excited, come on. Anyway, so my favorite dairy-free cheese, because you guys know I'm allergic to dairy, gluten, a bunch of things. My favorite dairy-free cheese that I was able to eat was the Follow Your Heart provolone. I loved it. I put it on like anything that needed cheese, I would use that. Only melted. I wouldn't eat it like cold, but if I was making tacos or nachos or a cheeseburger or whatever, I would use the Follow Your Heart provolone. The flavor was good, but it was such a neutral type of cheese flavor that it could kind of go with a bunch of different meals. But anyway, so I would get that a bunch if I was making, again, tacos, cheeseburgers, whatever. And then I moved up to the Northeast because I was buying that when I was in Charleston and stuff, and I knew where to find it and whatever, that's where I was getting it. Then I moved up to the Northeast. And I found it at a store and I was like, great. And I got a couple of them, whatever. And then I went back, you know, a month or two later to get more and they didn't have it. And I was like, uh-oh. Like maybe they're out of it. Maybe they're getting a shipment in a couple days. Went back again a week later, didn't have it. And I was like, oh no, of course. Of course, like I find one cheese I like and they just don't have it at the store anymore. So I went around to like a bunch of different stores. Like, do you guys remember the story from a couple months ago where my car broke down on the highway like 2 months ago? The reason I was driving that night was to go to Whole Foods to see if they had that cheese. That's why I was on the road that night. That's like when my car broke down on the highway in the rain at night 2 months ago. It was because I was going to see if Whole Foods had the cheese that I like. I didn't even end up going that night, obviously. And then I went back a couple days later and they did not have it. So anyway, so then I was like, okay, cool. Like I cannot find the cheese I know I like. So let me try to find another cheese. Not that I ate the cheese all the time, but I liked it every once in a while. And so I found another cheese that I started eating that I really liked, which was the Veal Life American cheese. I like that one too. And it melted really well and it tasted good with, you know, like my cheeseburgers and chopped cheese and whatever. I really liked that one. However, I still liked the Follow Your Heart provolone better. But I was still good with the Veal Life one. Like, it was still doing great. Okay, it was doing great for, I was making a lot of chopped cheeses, a lot of stuff like that with that cheese. Then, the other day, I just happened to be at the store that used to have the Follow Your Heart provolone because that's where I go food shopping anyway, like once a week or so. And they had it. So I bought 2 of them. And then like 2 days later, I was like, hey, that's not enough. So I went back and I bought 2 more just in case. Because at this point, it's been like over 2 months or something, 3 months that I couldn't find that cheese. So I got really excited. So now I have 4. Well, now I have 3.5 because I've been eating it. So anyway, I'm very excited that I found my favorite cheese. And I was like, I'm going to try it in an omelet. Because again, with these dairy-free cheeses, like the flavor is not the same as dairy cheese. At least the ones that I can have, because I can have nuts and stuff. It's not the same. And so there's only certain ways that I'm going to use it and eat it. And it's generally when there's other flavors that are really strong. Like in a cheeseburger, the beef flavor is pretty strong. And if I'm putting anything else on it, then the cheese is not the star, it's just one of the components, which is how I like these dairy-free cheeses. When I was eating dairy, cheese was the star all the time, every day. But with these dairy-free cheeses, it's more just like a component of it. And so, yeah, I was like, you know what, let me try it in an omelet, because if I put cheese in an omelet, generally it's kind of the star, but I can see if I can mix it in. And so I used the provolone in an omelet the other day, and it was delicious. And I was like, especially when it comes with food, you guys know how excited I get when I find food that I like, because it's a struggle sometimes. But anyway, I'm changing my diet again next week, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll talk about that in next Sunday's vlog. All right, I am sometimes, or all the time, when I record something, it takes me way longer, obviously, because I'm talking to you guys and I'm being chatty and I'm like, whatever. Because literally when I do my makeup, it takes me about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, maybe. And I've already been recording for 13 minutes and all I've done is put eyeshadow on. So I'm going to finish this makeup and then I am going to go record that video from this past Friday where I'm going to be like decluttering my makeup and also talk about some of my favorite products. I'm going to do that as well. Also, I love that I'm like, oh, I'm going to put eyeshadow on and I put one color on. That's okay. It's still eyeshadow. It's still on there. And I don't even think it's blended well. Hold on. Ooh, you know what I want to do in the comments of this video? Let me know what your biggest, like, money-saving trick is. Even, like, little things, like not buying coffee, making coffee at home or whatever. And that's not to say that, like, if you want to buy coffee, you can't. I'm saying if you want to save money, there are ways, obviously, lots of little and big ways to do it. So I'm just curious, like, what's your biggest money-saving tip that you have? Whether it's saving a lot of money, whether it's saving a little bit of money every day, or whatever. Let me know. Because I think, obviously, eating from home, drinking from home, drinking coffee at home, all that kind of stuff obviously saves a lot of money. But if you're someone who loves to go out to eat, then that might be okay that that's part of your budget. You know what I mean? But if you're in a stage like I am right now where it's like, no, I have to like cut out a lot of stuff, then sometimes it doesn't even matter like what you want to do. Sometimes it matters like what you have to do. And so I'm at that point right now. Like I have to do certain things to save some money, make more money. So again, really didn't go to Starbucks very much anyway, but if you do and you like their passion tea, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't know, that they do sell the tea bags at Starbucks, or not Starbucks, at Target, and maybe even at some grocery stores. Okay, is my makeup done? I think that I've been doing it now for 45 minutes. All right, that's fine. My Sean Hunter bangs, we are definitely growing these out for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go eat. If I make an omelet, I will show you. But and then obviously when I took it out of the fridge this morning, I just put ice in it because I love ice. I love ice so much. Obviously, if you go to Starbucks and get a passion tea, no sweetener, no water, no ice, then you get way more because the ice doesn't take up the room because there is none. Anyway, very chatty today. Okay. I need to eat. I'll show you my omelet. Then I need to work. Switch my laundry. I'm doing laundry. Lots going on. Lots going on. But I like staying busy. Like I said in a video from a couple weeks ago, I'm working on my business, working on my mental health, working on my physical health. I'm doing a lot, not too much at once because I know like my own boundaries, but also that's one of the things I'm learning is my own boundaries. But regardless, today is busy and I scheduled it to be busy and I'm glad because I do better when I'm busy generally. So it's good. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, 2 eggs and that follow your heart provolone, a little bit of a pickle, and 2 Applegate sausages. Another day, another walk at the park. And I was at the doctor the other day, but one of the things I told him was that I went to a concert a couple months ago, and you know how after a concert your ears get a little like staticky, you know, like that feeling, like a little ringy, a little like everything's really loud for a while. And then, you know, the next day it goes away. I went to a concert a couple months ago and that like staticky white noise feeling never fully went away. It went away mostly, like I can hear fine. It is so windy. I don't know if you can hear anything I'm saying, but basically when it's really quiet, I still hear some static and stuff in my ears. And so the doctor told me that I probably did a little bit of damage to my nerve in my ear. And one way to prevent it from getting worse is to not use earbuds or anything anymore. And Those geese are so loud. And one of the times that I use earbuds the most is when I'm on my walks. So I don't know if I'm gonna like completely cut out using them forever, but I'm definitely gonna decrease the use of my earbuds and headphones and stuff. Just if it can prevent this from getting worse, I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, so this is my first walk without using my earbuds. Usually I listen to music, sometimes a sermon, but today instead I'm going to plan out my day a little bit and then mostly pray and talk to God. I have earplugs that I should have worn at that concert and I didn't, and I'm gonna start wearing them more whenever I go to like louder places. They're not like fully blocked out earplugs, they're more like they just dull the noise somewhat so I can still hear, but it's not as loud, you know? Literally putting the air conditioning on. It's 57 degrees. It's so nice out. 57 sunny. It's gorgeous out. I just walked 2 miles. I jogged a little bit of that and I was breathing out of my mouth. I think, like, I was watching someone the other day on Instagram who was talking about how when he jogs and he runs, he tries to breathe out of his nose. That's hard. Is that like healthier to do it that way? But regardless, I'm still a little bit out of breath right now because I've never been a jogger. I've never been a runner before, but I want to get into jogging a little bit. And so I'm just kind of going a little bit more and more every time I go for a walk. Anyway, I just wanted to explain my ear situation a little bit better because I don't know if I actually properly explained it. Basically, went to a show, you know, had that ringing in my ear and stuff after the show, and then it just kind of never fully went away. It went away mostly, but I still have like this like static kind of in my ear, and I really notice it when it's quiet. And so I went to the doctor the other day for like a physical and to get a referral for a gastroenterologist because I need to go back and see another doctor for my esophagus soon. But anyway, while I was there, I was like, hey, my ear's kind of staticky, blah, blah, blah. And so he checked my ear to make sure like it wasn't an ear infection or anything like that. And then he also did a hearing test and he said everything came back fine. So he said that what it seems to be is potential damage to the nerve. And then that's when he said to just, I mean, he told me to stop completely using earbuds and even headphones, which I thought was interesting because earbuds made a little bit more sense to me. But he even said to stop using like headphones, the ones that like even go over your ear, because he basically said don't use anything that's going to put noise directly into your ear. And so I doubt that I'll stop completely, but I'm definitely going to drastically decrease the use of earbuds and headphones and stuff like that, because most of the time I use them anyways on my walks. And so if I just tell myself, hey Katie, no more music on your walks, just pray more, plan your day, listen to the sounds of nature, then that'd be good anyway. You know, like I really don't use earbuds or headphones much more than on my walks. I do sometimes, obviously, but like that's definitely the majority of the time I use them is on my walks or at the gym. But anyway, no, I just walked 2 miles and a little out of breath. Also my back, my upper back hurts. What did I do? Like it was on the last lap, my upper back hurts, but I think maybe I was looking down a little bit too much. And so maybe I just need to stretch it. But yeah, so anyway, I just walked those 2 miles. It was actually a little over 2 miles. And I prayed and I kind of just was paying attention to what was around me and thinking about stuff. And it was like, I honestly thought that I was going to like miss listening to music or like be bored, but I wasn't. So that was good. So anyway, and there was a girl with a tightrope over there who was practicing tightrope walking, which was very cool. And then she was doing that for a while. And then after a little while, she sat down and started playing guitar. And I'm like, this girl seems so cool. So that was awesome. And there's a bunch of people out walking around feeding the birds and stuff because it's so nice out. Anyway, yeah, that was just my walk for the day. I feel like I had one more thing to tell you, but I don't remember. Oh, the reason that I don't really show like my surroundings when I go on walks, like the reason that I only really show my feet is just for privacy. Like that's really it. When I'm staying somewhere long term, I don't really like to be specific about where. So if I'm going on a day trip or if I'm only going somewhere for a week and then I can show you after I already leave or something like that, that's different for me. But when I'm staying somewhere long term, I don't really want to show like the immediate surroundings. So hope that makes sense. Just privacy and safety. So anyway, that's it. All right. I need to run to Whole Foods and then I'm going to go work. So either I'll talk to you a little bit later or I'll talk to you later at some point. All right, bye guys. Hey guys, I just got to Whole Foods. So even like the music in my car, I'm just gonna have on lower than normal. I used to like blast music in the car, but I'm just gonna work on protecting my ears a little bit more. So quieter music in the car. Anyway, I'm at Whole Foods to get vitamins and a couple snacks. And yeah, let's go to Whole Foods real quick and I'll show you where to buy. First of all, I swear that Whole Foods was trying to make me feel bad for being single. It's like everyone my age who was in there was coupled up. And I was like, I'm by myself. Anyway, all right. Whole Foods haul. You ready? 4 things. So these are the new multivitamin that I want to try, the Ritual ones. And then I got these Lesser Evil Paleo Puffs. They're like gluten-free and dairy-free, like cheese doodles or Cheetos, like puffed ones. And then I got 2 things of eggs. Pete and Dairy's organic. These are $6.50 at Whole Foods, at least where I am, which is not horrifically high for organic eggs right now. Anyway, so that's what I got. I didn't need to go like actual grocery shopping. I just wanted to go to Whole Foods to get those couple things that I knew were specifically at Whole Foods. Either later today or tomorrow, I'm going to go for like an actual grocery shop. But anyway, also this sun, that light is kind of fun. It's like a cool filter, it feels like. Anyway, so the one last thing that I wanted to talk about is, I know earlier in this video, I shared the very common sense of like, if you want to save money, one of the things that you can do is eat at home, make your coffee at home, make your tea at home, even, you know, go out to drink less, all that kind of stuff, which I know is very common sense, but sometimes we don't really think about that kind of stuff. And I especially wanted to share that because if you like that passion tea, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that you could buy the tea bags, because maybe you weren't aware of that. Anyway, the other couple things that I'm going to do to save money, because again, right now I'm struggling with money, just honestly I am. And so I'm going to be working on making more money, but I'm also going to be working on spending less money. And so part of it is I did stop drinking alcohol. I'm not going to drink any alcohol over the next few months, except for 2 specific times that I already planned out because I'm going out with friends 2 very specific times over the next couple of months. Besides that, no more alcohol. So I'm definitely going to save money on that. And also, obviously, there's a lot of health benefits for not drinking alcohol. And I don't go out to eat anyway because of all my food allergies and stuff. I don't trust restaurants. So I already save money that way. But there are just going to be a couple more things that I want to do to make sure that I'm saving money. So one of them is that I'm going to be meal planning. And I've done that a little bit in the past. And I realized that if I meal plan, like I literally write out every single meal that I'm having every single day for the week, then I'm less likely to buy more food and then waste it or spend money on extra things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when I'm at the grocery store with no list or no plan, it's easier. This is for everyone, really. It's easier to be like, oh, I'll try this and this and this. When if I go there with a list and with a meal plan for the week, I'm going to be like, well, this is already what I'm going to be eating all week. So I actually just need this, you know? And if I do want to try something new, then I can add it to the meal plan for the next week. And so hopefully having a meal plan, everything very specifically laid out, every meal for the day, even including snacks, hopefully that will mean that I will buy less food. So I'll spend less money, and also I'll waste less food, because I don't waste a ton of food, but there is almost every single week that I'm throwing out a couple potatoes because I bought too many and didn't use them, or where I want to potentially try a new fruit or vegetable and see if I can digest it, and I buy it and then I never eat it, and so I have to throw it out. That does happen weekly, at least 1 or 2 things, and sometimes more, honestly. And so hopefully with the meal plan and just having that all listed out, I will spend less money and waste less food and buy exactly what I need. So I think that's going to be a little helpful. One other thing is that I'm going to go on a no buy, which basically for me, the way that I'm doing it is basically that I'm not going to buy anything for the next 2 months, basically while I'm still here in the Northeast in the house that I'm staying in. I'm going to go on a no buy, and it might last longer than that, but I know at least for now, that's like the timeline that I'm giving myself, which is about 7-8 weeks, where I'm going to go on this no buy where I don't buy anything that I don't need. So really the only things that I'm buying are food, my vitamins, and my supplements, and then gas and stuff like that, and paying, you know, my phone bill and stuff like that, of course. But then if I need toilet paper or if I need paper towels, things like that. But anything else, I'm not going to purchase, like makeup, clothes, shoes, anything like that. I'm not going to purchase. However, I'm giving myself, just because I'm choosing how I'm doing this, so I'm giving myself one little caveat. I do have a couple gift cards. Like I have one to Sephora, one to Ulta. I have one to Kohl's, but I don't know where it is, but I know I have one. I have one to like Old Navy and the Gap and Banana Republic or whatever that third store is that they're connected to. So I'm going to allow myself to use those gift cards if I find something
something that I really, really want over the next couple months, I'll allow myself to use those gift cards because it's not extra of my cash. It's a gift card. And if I have gift cards to places like Target, I do have some to Target, I'm going to use that for food. But you know, something like Sephora, like I'm going to be out of my mascara in 6 weeks. And so I will want to buy a new mascara. And so I can use the Ulta gift card or the Sephora gift card for that. And then I'm going to allow again myself, because if you're going on a no buy, you can make it however you want it to be. And so what I'm also going to do is allow myself a $20 like window or whatever. And so if there's something that I see that I love at Sephora, but my gift card's only for $15 and this happens to be $20, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this so much, I'll allow myself to do that, but only at the extreme limit of a total of $20 for the next 2 months. So that's just how I'm doing it for myself. I'll use the gift cards with an extra $20. And then besides that, just food and my vitamins, my supplements. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to have the no buy. I'm going to have the food plan. I feel like there was one more thing that I'm going to be doing. Oh, and you know what? This last thing that I'm going to mention, I've actually already been really good at this the last few months. But I used to be really bad at it, especially if you watched some of my older videos, you might know what I'm talking about, where I used to just walk around TJ Maxx randomly and then randomly spend $25 on stuff that I didn't exactly need and that I didn't even exactly love. They just kind of seemed cool at the time, or I was just kind of like wasting time. And I'm like, all right, I'll buy this, whatever. Like I wasn't really thinking about it. And obviously that kind of goes with the whole no buy. But like if I want to walk around TJ Maxx and try on things or look at things or whatever, just because I like looking at things, that's fine. But I'm not going to be like, oh, this is on sale, or oh, this is so cute, or oh, you know, maybe I'll wear this. Like, no, I'm not going to do any of that. But again, that kind of connects with my no buy. But just sometimes I know that I used to do this in the past. And again, when I share this kind of stuff, I share it so you guys kind of know what's going on with my life, but also because maybe it can help you, give you tips or give you a little bit of inspiration, or just maybe you want to go on a no buy and you know that we're doing it together, you know, just to kind of share and potentially also help. But yeah, so I do think that the no buy is going to be good. And I also really do think that I used to be someone who would just wander around stores and just pick up some things and then realize that I never even ended up using it. Or like if it was food, I never even ended up eating it, you know? So I'm just going to be more purposeful with what I'm buying, basically. And again, it's really just going to be food and gas and like toilet paper, but still, I'm still going to be purposeful about it and just more aware of it and pay more attention to that kind of stuff. And again, I have been getting a lot better at that over the last few months. I would say honestly over the last year or so, but then definitely over the last few months, I've been even better at it, but I still want to get even better at it. So I'm going to do this whole little no buy thing for about the next 2 months. And, you know, see how much money I can save and stuff. And then again, while on top of that, working on other ways to grow my business here and make more money, because I don't want to be worried about money. But right now I am, you know, kind of struggling. And so I definitely do want to figure out ways to fix it. And so just wanted to share that with you a little bit. My phone, I think, is overheating because it got darker. And so I'm going to drive back to the house. And then, I guess I'll just talk to you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so earlier I said that I just got a new multivitamin to try out, and I also have a couple other supplements that I just started taking, and this is one of them, the Natural Vitality Calm. It's magnesium in like a powder form, and it has citric acid in it, so it does taste a little like citrusy, so it tastes actually pretty good. But basically, you're supposed to take this at night to help you like relax. It's supposed to calm your muscles and even like help you sleep a little bit, and I just started taking this a couple days ago. So basically, you're supposed to take 2 teaspoons a day, but when you start out, you're supposed to start out with half a teaspoon and then like slowly, gradually get to 2 teaspoons. And I've been taking this for like, I think today's gonna be like my 5th day, I think. So today I'm probably gonna do the full 2 teaspoons and see how that works. Cause I haven't really noticed any difference yet, but I might need to have like the full 2 teaspoons to actually notice. And then the other supplement that I just started yesterday is the seed pre and probiotic to see if that helps with my digestion and stuff. But yeah, so I said earlier that I'm doing a meal plan. I think that's really gonna help me not only save money, but not waste food too. And so today's dinner on my meal plan is chili because I had some chicken broth left over. And here's the thing about this chicken broth. It's Swanson. Here, hold on. It's this. I had like this much left because recently I guess I didn't feel well and I just wanted like some chicken broth. Here's the thing. This says you can keep it in the fridge opened for 14 days. I don't remember when I first opened this. I don't remember if it was 11 days ago or if it was like 19 days ago. I don't remember because I'm pretty sure when I didn't feel well, it was in the middle of the week, but I don't remember if it was a week and a half ago or 2.5 weeks ago. So, I mean, I'm using it. It tasted okay. I don't know. I'm using it though. So, I guess I'll let you know if I get sick. It should be fine, right? I know that I am a lot stricter with expiration dates than some other people are, but I do get like nervous about them, especially because I have digestive issues, but I hope it's okay. It doesn't expire until October 29th, but that's if you don't open it yet. But I opened it and then I think it's been 2 weeks-ish, but it says 2 weeks on here. So hopefully it'll be fine. I don't know. But I wanted to use this up. And so I put on my meal plan because my meal plan is going to be like also using some of the stuff that I already have at the house, right? And so I knew that I wanted to use this up and I knew I had beef and I had an onion. And so I'm like, let me just make, and I had chili seasoning. So I'm like, let me just make like a quick chili. And literally I just sauteed the beef with the chili seasoning and some water until it was cooked and then just put it in the chicken broth with some onions. And that's it. And so I'm just going to leave it kind of simmering and hanging out for at least an hour to kind of like marry all the ingredients and all the flavors. And so also a little bit of the liquid like thickens up a little bit. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm doing that. And I didn't even use a whole thing of beef because again, I didn't have a full thing of this. So I'm like, I'll just use, 2/3 of the beef or whatever. And then so the rest of this I will use within the next day or two. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I like the meal plan because like, even if I'm in the mood for a food, like all of the things on my meal plan are generally foods that I really, really like. And so even if I'm in the mood for something else, but I eat whatever's on my meal plan, like I know that I'm still going to like it. And if I'm in the mood for something else, I can just put it on the meal plan for the week after. You know what I mean? So I think it's good. It works for me. I've done it in the past, not like for a very long time, but like there have been a couple weeks where I'm like, I need to get rid of some of the food that I have in this house. So let me do like a meal plan for the week. And it totally works out fine for me. So, and again, I think it'll help me save money and waste less food. So just hanging out while that chili cooks. If you want me to like show you what my meal plans look like, I can do that in like, maybe I can even just have it here. I'll just put it here and show you guys. But then if you want me to like properly go through it and like how I come up with my meal plans, let me know in the comments because I can talk about that more next week. Because next Sunday's vlog, I'm also going to talk about my new diet that I'm starting today, literally. And so I'm going to talk about that in next week's vlog. But let me know if you want me to even go through how I make my meal plan because I can do that too. I think it's about done. And again, this is like the most basic chili that I could make because I just used what I had. So just beef and onions and the chili seasoning. But the only other things I really put in it anyway, generally, are beans and jalapeno peppers. So it won't taste much different. And I have the pickled jalapenos to go on top too. So I'm just cooking it on low for another 10 minutes or so because I just want the broth to thicken up a little bit more. So on low with the cover off will hopefully help that. Okay, here's my dinner. My chili, it's a little after 5 o'clock and I just topped it with some Cholula and pickled jalapenos. I got my chili and I'm also having polar lime in my blender bottle cup. And then I'm gonna have a couple of these because again, I'll explain all my meal plan stuff next week, but with dinner tonight, I told myself like no grains and these paleo puffs don't have any grains. They're made from cassava flour. So I'm gonna just have a couple of these with it. This flavor is very neutral. Like they don't taste horrible. They don't taste great. They just kind of taste fine, which is actually kind of good for something like this because then I'm less likely to eat a ton of them, but at least I'll have like the crunch and like satisfaction of eating something that, feels carby and crunchy. Anyway, thank you God for my food. In Jesus' name, amen. So good. It is so simple and it is so good. This is the chili seasoning that I use. Obviously a different package of it, but McCormick's Organics chili seasoning. And it's gluten-free, dairy-free, which I know that might sound weird to be like, yeah, Katie, duh, it's just spices. Of course, it's gluten-free and dairy-free. No, a lot of these packs have gluten and some of them even have dairy. It's so weird. So this one says gluten-free. Read the ingredients. I can eat this. Again, you guys know I'm trying a lot of things back, trying to figure out what I can eat. And so I'm trying out some spices, see if I can have them. But I made this chili like a week ago and I felt fine having it, so. So good. I know these Paleo Puffs come in different flavors, and I think I've tried one in the past, but I don't remember if it was this one or one of the other ones. I think they have like a nacho flavor too or something. I'll still eat these, but I don't know if I'd purposefully rebuy them. They're fine. I think this flavor in particular is fine, I think. And it's fine. I don't hate it, I don't love it. I do love the chili though. Is that angle a little bit better? I feel like it was too like up in my face. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me for a couple days this past week. Please make sure that you're subscribed. I do videos like this almost every single Sunday. My mouth is like watering from the spice of the food. But I do these videos most Sundays, and I also post on Tuesdays and Fridays as well. And that's a lot of travel and lifestyle stuff, including some food as well. But so yeah, I really hope that you're subscribed. And please let me know in the comments any questions that you might have or any kind of videos that you want to see from me. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it. Thank you again for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I love you. Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.